sarcasm. No, it's hot. I cannot believe actually that it's this stinking hot right now here in Denver. I mean, I guess I could have seen it coming because it was like 74 last night at 3 in the morning, but I went to bed, rolled down my windows, and figured, oh, it'll be good. No, it was not good. I woke up and it was like 90 something in this truck. It was like dying. So we're idling now and sitting. Well, that door you saw with them loading, that's my door. And I was just informed by a gentleman that I don't know that he told the other guy that I do know to go ahead and just load the door and cut me loose. So that is good. The iPhone that I showed you guys is my second camera that I use for a lot of the shots on the channel. And I was so distraught last night, I guess, or distracted, or whatever you want to call it. I left it on the tripod at the dock after I filmed the scene, or set up to film the scene of the trailer docking. I just drove away and left my iPhone 14 Pro behind. That would have been a really expensive mistake. Another driver that went to the dock next to mine, he grabbed the phone and he turned it in. So grateful for that, because that would have just made bad days even worse. So guys, we're still here in Aurora. It's about noon, I think, local time. Maybe it's like 11 something. Somewhere between 11 and noon. Midday. It's midday here. And it's pushing about 100 degrees. I mean, you saw my truck says 108. It's a lie, but it's still quite toasty out. There is a breeze though, so that's a plus. Don't help me none though for not having to idle the truck. We're gonna let Macy out. She's been itching to get out, and I guess I have some explaining to do about what's going on here. Well, Macy. And the reason I say explaining is because I left you all hanging last night. I said I was gonna talk about what's going on, and I went to bed instead. Yeah, let's go outside. Man, I don't know how some of you guys do it. They got those bigger dogs. I didn't want to burn her little paws on the pavement here, so I carried her. I subjected myself to dog hair. I cannot believe that. I can't stand dog hair on black clothes, guys. But I didn't want her to hurt her little paws, so I carried her. And I'll carry her ass back, because that's what you do. Just glad that she's not like, you know, a German Shepherd. Big old pit bull. You know, some of those dogs like some of you guys got. Yeah. Maybe they wear booties. So yeah, guys, last night I wasn't feeling it. I was feeling pretty darn sick to my stomach because of, I guess, the stress over having my load pushed back and then having the team load cut completely. Like as in 0 work for Tiny Dancer this week, and add that on top of the last 3 weeks, our run for them has been cut to just a half week. So it's been a pretty bad financial hit as a business owner to not have that lane operating like it's supposed to be. It's also incredibly frustrating because I do see with my own eyes that freight volumes are in trouble here. There is no freight for who knows why, because when we talk to people, they say, oh yeah, we're picking up, da 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 da. got new customers, blah, blah, blah. But the warehouses are absolutely empty. So I have no doubt that there's not freight to send out, because I can see that. You know, it costs us money to not run the truck. I have salaries I still need to pay because it's the right thing to do. I have the truck payment, insurance for the truck. I have plate costs, workers' comp, medical insurance for the employees. And so that truck has a pretty hefty bill each week, even if it's sitting. So as a business owner, it's stressful, it's frustrating. I like to think that Martin and I have enough brain capacity that works okay-ish, where, you know, we can see some of this stuff coming. I have been greatly concerned actually about SEVA for months, that what if the freight dries up in Sacramento? I didn't expect it to dry up kind of everywhere in their network, but right now it's very dry. So we are, despite what some people might think, because, oh, I've bought some chrome accessories or we purchased this truck, we're very good with our finances. So financially we're okay, but also financially running a business this way does not make sense. And I don't know how long we're going to run our business this way here. So we are in talks with SEVA, although we've been in talks with them, and despite them constantly reassuring us that it's been fixed, it won't happen to us, it keeps on happening. And I don't know if that's going to resolve itself. At this point right now, I don't know what the game plan is. I do know that financially we're secure, but we're also not going to be stupid with this, and we have to run the business a certain way, because otherwise, honestly, you could have all the money in the world and they'll just bleed you dry if you're not running it right. So we have some hardships that we got to deal with, Martin and I, and it really sucks. So I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna cross my fingers. I'm gonna find lucky clovers. I almost couldn't remember what those things are called. Whatever I can do to figure out what the right thing is to do with this, or hope that it gets better. But honestly, I don't know if it's going to. The industry is in trouble. I said it just a few videos back, because people have been asking us, like, hey, what's the information to go work at SEVA? They're not your saving grace. I don't know if there are saving grace, guys. The industry is in trouble. It's not going to just be trucking either, for owner-operators. I'm telling you guys, I know that this is going to trickle down to company drivers. I mean, you know, Yellow closed up shop. A lot of people lost their jobs. Whoever's at fault there, be it the union or be it Yellow's management, that was a lot of jobs lost. Other companies, because the freight volumes are so bad, they're going to probably be laying off drivers or shutting down themselves. All I can say is, if you're a company driver, make yourself valuable to your company. Right now is not the time to be living like it was 2020. Companies are in a position, and I know this as a manager from where at FedEx, companies are in a position right now where they have their pick of employees, and nobody's immune. Nobody's immune to this, guys. I mean, you would think that we'd be immune to this because we have the YouTube channel and all this exposure, but we're not. They do not treat us any differently than anybody else out here. So, like I said, nobody's immune. I do think that this is also going to trickle into even other industries outside of trucking. I think it's going to get really bad before it gets better. So just my advice to everybody that's out there, whether you're in trucking or you're not, do your job well with pride, make yourself valuable, and be really smart with your finances. Martin wants a side-by-side super bad, and I feel so bad because I know he wants one. But right now is not the time. I mean, it's kind of the time because the prices have like crashed on those things. But it's also like, is that the right choice to do right now? Because I think there's a lot of uncertainty in our future, guys. So, needless to say, I don't think we're getting a side-by-side. Sorry, Martin. But I know that you know in your heart that that's probably right, too. I don't know. I know that Martin and I ourselves will be fine. But we're in a time right now where it's not good, and we need to do a lot of intentional planning and thinking right now. Got our 10 back on, I'm sorry, we got 10 off, our 8 is back on the clock. Trailer is ready. I went in there and I was like, so, and they're like, oh yeah, it's closed out, but we gotta do the paperwork. So I'm still waiting on them to finish the paperwork. Fun fact, when I was in there earlier, the trailer was not anywhere near being full, but now by some miracle it's completely full, so that's kind of interesting. This is our trailer right here. I hope this trailer, it's an older unit, I hope it's still going to be okay, because Lord knows we've been here long enough. We want to get going, so let's hook up and do our due diligence, guys. Jazz, I'm calling about my business checking account though. I only have the last 4 of the card number because the fraud department called me and they said that someone's been using my card. And I was trying to figure out what bank account this card's attached to, and they wouldn't tell me. And I got verified all my stuff, and the lady transferred me over to you, but she couldn't tell me. So hopefully you can tell me, but I don't have all my information. I'm a truck driver, and I'm out here in Colorado right now, and my information's back in Sacramento. I just need to know what account this was tied to. Two tires that are a little low. We do have the air inflation system, so it's working on those right now. But the air inflation system on one tire, which happens to be one that's low, has a leak. So I'm gonna let it air up, and then I'm probably gonna turn off the air inflation system and then hope that these tires hold their air so we can get to where we need to go with this thing. The tires look okay, so I don't know why they wouldn't. I think it's just, you know, one of those things. My bank's fraud department called me, and I'm telling you guys, when it rains it pours. Somebody has gotten the card number for the account for the business that I use to pay bills online, and did some charges. All right, let's go get our paperwork, and then we'll check on these tires and make sure we're good to roll. All right. Okay. papers. All right, guys, looks like they scrounged up just shy of a 12K to put in that for me. So we're gonna make ourselves look a little more large car. I'm gonna slide the axles back. Not because I want to, but I need to get in there to turn off the air inflation system. The tires seem aired up right now, but I don't want to have that air leak. So I gotta climb under there, turn that off. And I'm not skinny enough to fit in between the trailer skirts and those tires. So they gotta move. Can you hear it? Well, probably not over that truck or car or whatever that is, but can you hear it? It's right here. This guy. That's the culprit. So we're gonna slide him back. Slide him back. Maybe. We're not. Can I just go back to bed, please? I really want to go back to bed. Don't let me forget you guys. I'm doing that all the time now, it seems like. Oh, this is gonna be hot and suck. I hope nobody hits me on doing this. But the air leak is now gone. So I will red tag this for courtesy of future drivers. When we get to Seattle, we'll red tag it for broken box for the air inflation system and also the leak. And the fact that you can't release the slider. Man, that sucked. And the pavement's really hot. No, I'm the same truck that rolled through, and I guess you guys probably changed the light after I rolled.
I did. I have big brain for it.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Appreciate your effort.
All right. It's just one of those days for me today. It's no big deal. Well, that's how it goes in trucking.
See the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex zone.